Hello everyone and welcome back to Gyanonymous School. In today's lecture, we will discuss two of the most important criminological theories, that is Robert K. Merton's strain theory and Robert Agnew's general strain theory. We will understand their concept, examples. We will discuss on the criticism of strain theories and the key differences between both the strain theories. So what is strain? Before understanding strain theories, let's first understand the meaning of strain. In criminology, strain refers to the pressure, to the stress, to frustration or tension that individuals experience when they are unable to achieve their desired goals through legitimate means. When people face such pressure, some may choose illegal methods to overcome their problem. This forms the foundation of strain theories. Now coming to Merton's strain theory. The first major strain theory was proposed by the American sociologist Robert K. Merton in 1939. Merton believed that every society promotes certain cultural goals. For example, some cultural goals can be becoming wealthy, achieving success, having a luxury lifestyle, or maybe different kind of social prestige. However, society also prescribes legitimate means to achieve these goals, such as education, maybe employment, hard work, and even entrepreneurship. The problem arises when many individuals accept these goals but lack equal access or legitimate opportunities to achieve these goals. This creates strain, and some individuals resort to crime out of this strain. Let's for example imagine two students both dream of becoming rich in some time. One student has quality education, financial support, and proper opportunities. On the other hand, the other grows up in a poverty situation. He has no educational resources and struggles to find employment. So when legitimate opportunities are blocked, the second individual may choose illegal means such as maybe fraud, maybe theft, cybercrime, or drug trafficking to achieve the same goal. This is exactly what Merton called strain. According to Merton, people respond to strain in 5 different ways, that is conformity, innovation, ritualism, retreatism, and lastly rebellion. So coming to conformity, what is conformity? It is very common. People accept both societal goals and legitimate means. For example, a student studies hard to secure a government job. Most people fall into this category. Conformity is very normal and most visible in our society. Coming to second adaptation of Merton, that is innovation. Here people accept the goal but reject a legitimate means. Instead, they adopt illegal methods. Let's for example, it may include financial fraud, may include corruption, cybercrime, or maybe robbery. Most of the economic crimes or economic frauds, these all can be explained through this adaptation. Merton's third adaptation is ritualism. Here, people abandon the goal of success but continue following the social rules. For example, an employee who simply performs routine work without aspiring for promotion. We see ritualism in day-to-day life. People just follow routine without any goal. So ritualism is visible in the society in most cases also. Coming the fourth adaptation of Merton, that is retreatism. Here, individuals reject both goals and legitimate means. They withdraw from society. For example, like chronic substance abuse, homelessness, or maybe social isolation. These are the example of retreatism that we see in day-to-day social life. Coming to the fifth and last adaptation according to Robert Merton, that is rebellion. Here he or she rejects the existing goals and means and he seeks or she seeks to replace them with new social order. That example can be some revolutionary moments that we often see in history, or maybe extreme ideologies or violent political uprising. So this is what we call rebellion. So these 5 adaptation of Merton is very important in strain theory. Coming to criticism of Merton, although Merton's strain theory is highly influential, it explains only economic crimes. It cannot adequately explain crimes committed by wealthy individuals, crime driven by emotions, domestic violence, or impulsive offenses. So these are the limitations which led to the development of a broader strain theory. Here we come with general strain theory by Robert Agnew. In 1992, criminologist Robert Agnew, he expanded Merton's strain theory or Merton ideas by proposing general strain theory, often called as GST. Agnew argued that crime is not caused only by failure to achieve financial success. Instead, any negative life experience can create strain. For Agnew, strain arises from 3 major sources. Firstly, failure to achieve positively valued goals. For example, a student is repeatedly applying for some competitive examination. He is sitting in competitive examination, but he is failing despite hard work. This may create a strain in him, or he has a chance to go in a delinquent way. This is the strain in him. This is the first source of strain according to Merton, that is failure to achieve positively valued goals. Secondly, according to Merton, the second source is removal of positive stimuli. What it means? It means losing something valuable. For example, death of a loved one, breakup of a relationship, losing a job, or maybe some kind of financial loss. Thirdly, Merton said that presentation of negative stimuli also one of the sources of strain. What is this? This refers to experiencing harmful situations such as bullying, such as domestic violence, maybe child abuse, maybe workspace harassment, maybe constant humiliation, etc. These experiences generate emotions such as anger, frustration, maybe depression, also fear and resentment. So according to Agnew, anger is particularly important because it reduces self-control and increases likelihood of a criminal behavior. For example, a bullied teenager may eventually assault classmates or engage in vandalism as an emotional response. Unlike Merton, Agnew recognized that crimes can result from emotional strain, not just economic pressure. So what are the differences between Merton's strain theory and Robert Agnew's general strain theory? Let's quickly compare these two theories. Merton mainly focused on blocked economic opportunities and social success. On the other hand, Agnew broadened the concept of Merton by including emotional, psychological, family, school, workspace, and interpersonal strains. In simple words, Merton asked, why do people commit crime when they cannot achieve success? On the other hand, Agnew asked, why do people commit crime when life itself creates unbearable stress and negative emotions? Hence, to summarize, Merton's strain theory explains crime as a response to the gap between cultural goals and legitimate opportunities. On the other hand, Agnew's general strain theory expands the idea of Merton by showing that crime may also result from emotional pain, from loss, from victimization, frustration, and maybe other stressful experiences. Both the theories remain highly relevant today in explaining juvenile delinquency, in explaining cybercrime, violent behavior, substance abuse, and many contemporary forms of offending. So that's all for today. If you find this lecture helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Gyanonymous School. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.